Hello and welcome to CBJ News. I'm Emily Davis.
And I'm Raekwon Jackson. Here are your headlines for Friday the 22nd of November.
The big talking point for tonight's programme is the weather. We'll be finding out how residents and farm staff are coping with the snow and ice.
Also, we're at the school celebrating their latest Ofsted report.
And we're here live in Nottingham awaiting the arrival of Storm Bert. We'll have more on this later on in the show.
The Met Office has issued a yellow weather warning for snow and rain this weekend as Storm Bert arrives in the UK. Police have encouraged people from across our region to not travel in these conditions.
Winds of up to 70 miles per hour are expected, which will be felt by the whole of the East Midlands, along with heavy rain and more snow forecasters. Forecasters are warning that this could be the longest month of rain yet. Frankie Volkovich reports.
We've all seen our fair share of snow this week, but there is still more to come. On Saturday, there is heavy snow expected with a downpour to follow in the evening. In places where there might be flooding, there will be cancellations or delays potentially on the transport, and Nottingham residents are not looking forward to it. Storm Bert is set to arrive on Friday afternoon and stay with us all the way through until Sunday. Prepare yourselves for the strong 70 miles per hour winds and the risk of power cuts. The UK Health Security Agency have upgraded a cold health alert to amber for the East Midlands. They have warned that Storm Bert will cause significant impacts across health and social care services. Nottingham City Council have activated the Severe Weather Emergency Protocol, which means that any rough sleeper will get a bed for the night regardless of the eligibility criteria. If you see anybody rough sleeping that needs support, please call the phone number that's shown on screen now. But it's not just public transport to worry about. A spokesperson from the RAC, Alex Simpson, has said, "The first taste of winter means drivers are suddenly contending with some of the worst road conditions we've seen all year, and that everyone should travel prepared in case they find themselves broken down at the side of the road. So take care this weekend and wrap up warm and get ready for Storm Bert's arrival." Frankie Vukovic reporting for CBJ News.
Nottingham has been told their recycling and household waste will not be collected during the current cold snap. Many people are frustrated as full bins have been an ongoing issue. They say that the rubbish not only smells bad, but can attract rats. Sinead Priest reports.
Rubbish is piling high on the streets of Nottingham City after bin collections have been suspended for a week because of the bad weather. Residents, still putting out their bins for collection, are worried the delays will attract rodents and pose a risk to public health.
The bin's no joke as it is. There's about 5-6 people in each house. It's student houses. No one knows how to do the bins properly. They're just all over the alleyway, crowded, and I've actually slipped and had to get stitches.
With household and industrial waste overflowing in the streets, already some homeowners have experienced issues.
So before we got the news about the bins not being collected for a month, I'd already had issues from the bins of rats and mice eating the wires in my car. So it makes me wonder, is there going to be a bigger problem with rats and am I going to have to pay to get my car fixed again?
Nottingham City Council has released a statement saying the adverse weather conditions like the ice and snow will make it difficult and unsafe for the 32-ton vehicles to collect waste and rubbish today and in the upcoming days. They won't be collecting until it is safe to do so.
But with more bad weather on the way, the City Council has warned that bins may not be emptied for up to a month, a mess which residents are clearly unhappy with. Sinead Priest for CBJ News.
And it seems the snow and ice is also making life difficult for one of Nottingham's most popular attractions. This week's bad weather has signalled the start of the most expensive time of year for Stonebridge City Farm. It relies on public donations to keep its operations going, as Amelia Shaw reports.
Winter is an expensive time, costing the farm around £1,300 a day to run. During the cold period, they put a lot of effort into raising money.
We have things like raffles and kind of fundraising activities. We also have our fundraiser who organises Just Giving, where people can donate to us. Obviously, over winter, we do receive less visitors, which means less donations are actually coming in. So definitely those kind of outreaches, those events and those fundraising activities keep us going, keep us afloat.
The money raised by the community is used to support the volunteers who are helping care for the animals, as well as the extra cost for the resources and bills throughout winter.
So at the moment we're feeding kind of hot sugar beet out to all our animals throughout the day to kind of build up that kind of warmth, which it costs a lot more. Things like feed, things like bedding, we make sure they have loads of straw down in the evenings, which obviously costs a lot more with rising costs of kind of hay and straw. A few of them kind of get a bit stiff during winter, so just making sure they're kind of all healthy in that way as well.
The volunteers who work here day to day keep the farm operating. After the freezing temperatures this week, they've been taking on extra tasks to keep the animals warm.
The water quite often freezes over, so we have to use the hot water to try and melt that down, which can be difficult when the pipes are frozen because it can be that cold. But it's just about making sure that they've got enough sustenance and enough kind of comfort for managing the cold weather.
According to weather forecasters, this has been one of the earliest starts to winter since records began. The farm desperately needs funds to survive the cold season. Amelia Shaw, CBJ News.
Vomiting, diarrhea and stomach pains are all symptoms of seasonal canine illness. It's a severe condition that affects dogs during autumn, particularly if they've been walked through woodland areas. Organisations like the Blue Cross have been advertising owners what to do if they recognise any symptoms in their pet. Dog owners who use wooded areas are being extra cautious.
That especially rescue dogs will want to eat anything that's lying around, so I always stop her from doing that because I never know what's in the food. But you've just got to be very observant. I mean, I keep her on the lead so I can see what she's doing.
A Nottingham secondary school has been rated outstanding in all areas for the second time in a row by Ofsted. Bluecoat Wollerton Academy has more than 750 pupils aged between 11 and 16. Staff say their main aim is to create a warm environment to help with the children's education. Mia Titterton went to learn more.
A Nottingham school recognised as outstanding by Ofsted for its warm and educational environment. Bluecoat Wollerton Academy was given an outstanding report back in 2018 too, when Ofsted last came for an inspection. The school is seen as an excellent secondary school for learning, so much that it is oversubscribed in every year group. And it's not just Ofsted leaving the school with a smile, the children do too.
I'd say what I like about the school is that it's a safe and friendly environment. All the teachers, students, everyone's really nice. There's no bullying. It's really enjoyable and fun.
There is an ambassador group for almost everything, and it's all student led, so we get loads of opportunities for students to gain skills such as confidence. It's the fact that it's all student led and it's not the teachers forcing it on us, so it allows students to do it by will.
When I come here in the mornings, I get a really good experience. I meet people I know, I play sports, I go to tutor, learn about life overall, careers I want to go into, RSHE. It's just overall really good experience.
I enjoy the lessons I go to. Enthusiastic teachers really help me learn the content from the lessons.
As well as top Ofsted results, the school is also in the top 20% nationally for exam results, according to the Department for Education. Religious Studies and History teacher Jessie Brown has been walking these corridors for over 4 years and says the ability of the students is the best he has ever seen.
So working at Bluecoat Wollerton Academy is an absolute dream. I think the staff here make it what it is. People work incredibly hard. I think getting the outstanding rating is just confirmation of how hard people work to make it what it is. And to work so hard, you've got to love what you do.
The school principal, Phil Rosen, is very proud of the school and its continued Ofsted approval.
So our last Ofsted inspection was in 2018, where we were judged as outstanding in all areas, and our recent one really confirms that. So our recent Ofsted report goes through and looks at all those areas again and said that actually we've maintained those standards across our school. So it's something that we're really, really proud of. Lots of work has gone in behind the scenes to make sure that that happens, and it's been really nice for us to get that recognition.
So after heading to Bluecoat Wollerton Academy, it's clear they're top of the class. Mia Titterton, CBJ News, Nottingham.
Volunteers are needed in a new gardening project in Nottingham. The Notts Garden Project began in September. It has 5 plots of land in Radford and Hyson Green, with 2 more to open in the coming weeks. Since temperatures have dropped, fewer people have been attending their Friday sessions. The group's now appealing for more volunteers.
They advertise a volunteer gardening session on Fridays. So I was going to join in with that and learn some gardening and, you know, just help out with whatever they were trying to do with the garden.
The department store Boys is to open a new shop in Beeston in Nottinghamshire. The town centre has been blighted by empty shops since the loss of big names like Argos and Wilko from its high street. Kira Hanley has the story.
Like many, the Beeston High Street has been on the decline for a while now. Household names such as Argos and Wilko's has slowly been disappearing from the effects of COVID and the cost of living crisis. Founded in 1981, Boys will open its 77th store in Beeston, selling a wide range from shoes to DIY tools. The store will replace one of the many empty lots plaguing the town square, brightening up the area.
Yes, it looks a bit bare at the moment, so I'm glad something's been put in its place now. Just hope the other shops open up with something else soon.
Since Wilko closed down earlier last year, the site's been a bit of an eyesore. So will the new opening bring a new lease of life to the area?
So beforehand there wasn't really a lot going for it. It was kind of a bit of an eyesore on the city centre. However, now with all the rejuvenation and such that's going on these days, I think it brings a lot of hope and prospects to the city centre and hopefully uplift the whole area.
Such as myself who do crafts, and for people, you know, for even clothes and things you can get there. So I think it would fill a gap in the shops that we have here. So yes, I'm quite pleased to hear it.
Businesses in the area also welcome the news, hoping it will boost their own trade.
Yeah, we actually set the business, my mum and dad set the business up in '88, so we've been here, what's that, about 36 years, something like that now. Obviously of late there's been quite a few empty plots. Obviously when Wilko's shut, that had a big effect. People would come to Wilko's to get all the bits and bobs. And with us being up this top end, when that went, there wasn't anything to sort of bring people in, so I'm glad that it's finally got something back in the shop, you see.
The new store will open on Friday the 29th of November, just in time for your Christmas shopping. This was Kira Handley, CBJ News.
Nottingham Central Library has hosted a Startup Day. There was a wide range of guest speakers and workshops taking place throughout the day in order to support local businesses and entrepreneurs. We sent Gracie Squire to find out more.
And we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. We all want the economy to grow. We all want small businesses and entrepreneurs to succeed.
Free business advice was available to anyone at Nottingham Central Library this week. Nottingham's Business and IP Centre hosted the startup event to give people the best chance at writing their own success stories.
Because we are a city that has got aspiration. It's a city that actually is made up of an incredibly large amount of independent businesses with some really creative and exciting entrepreneurs within the community. When I started offering the BIPC service as part of my library's role, I learned very quickly that actually 90% or over 90% of the UK's economy is made up of small businesses. And when you realise that, you think, oh my gosh, it's vital that we support local businesses and local entrepreneurs and independents.
Free business owners in Nottingham, including Dan Bryn from Knit Nottingham, Sally Longdon from Stick and Ribbon, and Faraz Ghani from Party Block Bakery, discussed the challenges, fallbacks and triumphs of their businesses.
It came to October that year, my firm had to make a lot of redundancies, and a lot of firms that I'd been looking to move to had also halted their recruitment.
The Central Library had no ban on noise, as attendees were encouraged to take notes and ask questions, and were even given the opportunity to network afterwards, with panellist Faraz Ghani being particularly keen on giving back to aspiring entrepreneurs.
I started my business 4 years ago, and how I at the start, I just did everything myself. I did my research, but I never really spoke to other business owners. I didn't really seek out mentorship or support. And it was an opportunity for me to sort of give back and speak to aspiring business owners and really talk to them about what I wish I'd have known 4 years ago when I started.
The Central Library hope the free advice will help entrepreneurs play it by the book and be part of the 10% of startup businesses that succeed. Gracie Squire, CBJ News, Nottingham.
Being diabetic shouldn't stop you having access to sport. The diabetic football community is using the latest awareness campaign to promote the work they do with the men, women and children in London and other parts of the UK. The group also tried to help new groups start up in local areas. They say that there's still a lot of misunderstanding about the condition.
I think that the stigma is for me is probably more about to do with people not being educated enough, and I think that then sort of goes back to lack of understanding more than sort of the not deliberately saying something or not maliciously saying something, but you'll always get the can you eat that? Or
in sport, fans are hoping the weather won't stop play for a bumper weekend of sport. Here's James Place.
Nottingham Forest are travelling to Arsenal this Saturday. The Reds are currently 5th in the Premier League table, which will qualify them for Europa League playoffs. Chris Wood is 1 goal short of emulating Brian Roy as Forest's leading Premier League scorer with 24 goals. Mansfield Town will be hoping to qualify for League One playoffs. They're currently 7th in the table when they meet Bristol Rovers at home on Saturday. Also hoping to qualify down in League Two are Notts County when they take on Newport, who currently sit at 15th in the league table. And in ice hockey, Nottingham Panthers have 2 home fixtures this weekend. New signing Mitch Fossier makes his debut against Belfast Giants on Saturday, before facing off against Manchester Storm on Sunday. They're currently 7th in the Elite League table, having lost their last 3 games.
Weather time now. Here's Frankie Vukovic with the latest forecast.
This evening, expect temperatures to drop to -3 degrees with strengthening winds as Storm Bert hits the UK. Yellow weather warnings are in place for Saturday and Sunday, with rain expected in the early morning tomorrow. It will be windy throughout the day with strong gusts and a maximum temperature of 13 degrees. Sunday, we will still experience strong winds but see warmer temperatures hitting a maximum of 15 degrees. Unfortunately, we will still see further showers of rain across the region into next week with overnight frost.
That's all your news for today. You can keep up to date with us across social media, everywhere at CBJ News.
Or you can visit our website, cbjspotlight.co.uk.
Keep safe in this weekend storm. Bye for now.